Betsy Irabor is a trailblazing entrepreneur, media powerhouse, and advocate for intentional living. As the founder of Genevieve magazine, she has shaped the conversation on women's empowerment and wellness in Nigeria for over 2 decades. Through the Intentional Living Network, she continues to inspire individuals to embrace purpose and transformation. Her journey is one of resilience and reinvention. She has openly shared her struggles with mental health, proving that setbacks can become stepping stones. Her books, Morning Dew and Dust to Do, are powerful testimonies of overcoming life's toughest seasons. As a global speaker, mentor, and thought leader, Betsy champions conversations on mental health, personal growth, and the power of storytelling. She has impacted thousands, reminding us all that we have the power to rise above challenges and rewrite our narratives. Women of Destiny, please welcome the ever-inspiring Betsy Irabor.
Please be seated. This is the day the Lord has made. So tell me, what have you heard about me? Apart from the fact that I love sneakers, I love pink outfits, and I love my cup of tea. What have you heard? Genevieve magazine, yes, what have you heard? Better say it now. You may have an opportunity for me to mentor you. So what's that one thing you've heard about me? That what? Mental health, pink ball for breast cancer, and so many other things. My pleasure to be here. And my name is Betsy Irabor. What's yours? The name I hear is going to lunch with me. The name I hear. So, okay, so let's start. Olabisi. Toluwalope. Idowu. Okay, I don't want you guys to finish my money. But definitely 5 people would have the opportunity to lunch with me. So pay attention as we go. Pay attention as we go. And I hope you'll be mightily blessed by this encounter, by my testimony. And please allow the emotion that comes to you. Feel free. Feel free. Thank you, Pastor Nike Adeyemi, for this invitation. And I just said to her, someone called me yesterday, and her name is Tayo. Tayo is the owner of Hangers and Cakes. And she said to me, oh, you're talking at my church tomorrow. So I said, you guys, you've been hiding so many things from me. All these great women, all these women that have special anointing on their head, they appear to attend Daystar. What's going on? Why have you kept that secret from me? So now, please don't tell my pastors and my priests, but I've a jackpot. I've jackpot. So, hi, so good to see you all. And I remember something when I was coming here. I said, oh my God, Betsy used to be so scared of speaking, even at board meetings. I'm having to go to bathroom so many times because I'm nervous. I have butterflies in my stomach. And how am I standing in front of women in their hundreds, in their thousands, and I am not shaking? No butterflies in my stomach, and I'm not running to the bathroom. You know what happened? I was prepared for this. I was prepared for this. Not in the way that I would have loved to be prepared, but then God's ways are not ours. So here's my story. I started Genevieve magazine, a lifestyle magazine, women-centric magazine, when I was 46. And before then, I was into corporate gift promotions. So my clients were very, very high profile, banks, oil companies, Nigerian breweries, and also the networks, Glo, MTN. So I did a lot of corporate promotions for them, supplied gifts. It was a beautiful business, and I was one of the to-go places, to-go people for corporate promotion production. So that went on, and one day I said to myself, there's money in the bank. Well, I'm all about legacy. What does having money in my account do for me when it does not impact people? You know what they say? Be careful what you wish for, you might get it. And that was how I found myself plunged into publishing. It wasn't something that I wanted to do for like a long time. I thought, let me just, because I've always been very creative, I've always loved to write, and I said, let me just do Genevieve for 2 years. You know how rich people behave. When they've made money, they will now want to start doing maybe kickboxing or something. You know what our politicians do when they are contesting. Suddenly you find them plaiting somebody's hair in the market and helping to wash snail and helping to eat bolly and things like that. So I just felt, you know what, let me do something that's creative. But I gave myself 2 years. That was how I got into publishing Genevieve magazine. It was fun initially, and I was like this rave of the moment, you know, big celebrity, my brand grew, my name became more popular, and I was a fashionista, and there was the love of the red carpet, and, you know, photographers loved this woman, you know, red lipstick, red nails, lovely dresses, courted by designers all over the place. It was beautiful. It was fun. And I was giving value. I was exchanging ideas. We were empowering women. We were telling them how to be the best that they could be. We were telling them what it takes to climb to the top of the ladder, to take everything that you want is within reach. Go for it. So we were empowering people. Genevieve was coming out everybody wanted Genevieve. Vendors became celebrities because top celebrities would tell them, once this magazine comes out, buy a copy for me. So vendors also, we empowered vendors to be also hold celebrities to ransom. Like, you know, I have Genevieve, and all that. So it was doing very well. Then Genevieve started to grow. The magazine started to grow. And the pressure set in. Pressure began to set in. And the finances began to dwindle because we were growing, but our finances were not growing. So the struggle was there, the challenges were there. And I was a journalist. I started my life as a journalist at National Concord Press. So I really didn't have head for business. I didn't self-develop to meet the new growth of my career. I was just like, okay, so I put people there. I thought I put people there who had my back. But like every entrepreneur knows, and as most entrepreneurs have experienced, if you're not in every place at the same time, your business will suffer. But at the same time, you can't afford to be in all places at the same time because you experience a burnout. So we started going and growing and growing within what we could afford. Most of it, I was funding Genevieve out of my pocket. The money I had made through corporate gift, I was putting it back in a business that wasn't giving me anything in return. But people were being empowered. People found joy. People celebrated us. We celebrated people. And then came a time when all I could do was cry. I had no zeal to live. I didn't want to be alive. I had the worst mood swings ever. I cried for no reason. I started hiding myself, self-isolating. I didn't want to see people. I didn't like people anymore. I didn't want to be seen. All I felt was a huge sense of failure. And I couldn't shake that off. I didn't know what it was. Nobody had a name for it. I didn't have a name for it because I'd never experienced what I was going through, where you seem to have everything but you have nothing. And all you see is a shadow of who you used to be, and your joy is gone. All you do is hide yourself, and then you're in a place of complete darkness, where you do not want anybody to open the shutters. You just want to be miserable in that life. And occasionally, the voices in my head started telling me what to do. Take your life. End it all. You'll feel better. And because I was in a place of utmost vulnerability and fear and lack of discernment, I was in a very dark place. So the voice seemed to be right. Take your life. Any idiot can do a magazine. It's no big deal. You're a failure. And me, with all my accomplishment, with all my exposure, and the fact that I was well-read, I was listening to one dumb voice telling me I was good, I was no good, and I believed it. And the voice would say something like, take your life, overdose on your tablet, jump over the balcony, and when we're on that third mainland bridge, the voice comes like, this is the time, do this, do this. So that was how the decline started. But I didn't know what it was. And the doctors didn't know what it was. It was just like, oh, it's typhoid, it's malaria. It couldn't be pregnancy because I was well advanced in age. So we just started trying to figure it out. How do you figure out something that defies logic, that defies science, that defies any logical thinking? It's not diabetes. It's not cancer. It's not a fractured bone. It's not that I'm not seeing well. It's not like I've got something in my throat. It's my mind. How do you treat something that people do not see? So, of course, you get labeled as attention-seeking. You get labeled as not wanting to be accountable. But I was in such a dark place that what people labeled me didn't matter. I didn't feel accountable to anybody. So I didn't get up to take a bath, maybe like for 4 days. I didn't want the curtain pulled, just leave me in the dark, because the darkness in the room matched my state of mind and my thoughts. And that went on for many years. And the worst part was, when I started seeking help and going to the hospitals, I felt even more stigmatized. Imagine you're sick, and then you go to a psychiatrist, and he's saying something like, oh, when I saw you in that newspaper, that fashion newspaper, I told my wife that this woman looks depressed. Or the one that said to me like, oh, you're too beautiful and successful to be depressed. Because people do not understand the nature of depression. Eventually, I was diagnosed with clinical depression many years after I went down that route. And when you are in that place, you don't see light. When you are in a place where where hope seems lost, that what am I living for, is the question you ask yourself. Why me? And then, of course, the pity party will start and everything. I could not see my success. I couldn't see my accomplishments. I just saw a woman who was grappling with life, a woman who had had the biggest burnout. And then I was overwhelmed and overcome with a sense of shame. Did I cause it upon myself? No. Why did I feel a sense of shame? Because depression, most mental health illnesses, they steal your joy. They attack your confidence. They attack your feel-good nature. They take those things that make you your identity. So you lose your identity. You just become that woman with the issue of blood. You become that woman with depression. So that went on for years. People wondered, where was Betty? I stopped socializing, because every time I stepped out, people said the wrong things to me. So every time, I remember going to church, and it was like, I hadn't been to church for a while, so my husband said, let's go to church. And I decided, okay, let's go to church. And this woman runs after me after service. And then she holds me and said to my husband, excuse me, and this weight loss, I know we want to hang on to the fountain of youth when we are getting old, but this weight loss, Sonny, she's skinny, she's lost so much weight. Me that I was taking weight on with a Maltina and milk to put on weight. Everybody will call me with a formula, Auntie Betty, try Maltina, add milk to it, add weight on. I don't know if some of you remember weight on, but in my time, weight on was a big thing to put on weight. So this woman actually ran after me. All she needed to do was look properly, and she would see someone who was haunted, someone who was definitely ill. But all she was particular about was that she thought it was a fashion thing. She thought it was for vanity that I was dieting. Who diets themselves straight into their bone? Nobody. So I went back in. I stopped going to church so that somebody else that sees me will not, and people have seen me, and I've tried to hide from them because I didn't look good, and they have like any celebrities, any celebrities. But I was actually running away from her so that she would not tell me I had lost weight, so that she would not tell me how wrinkled I looked and all that. So there was the judgment. And that was something I had to deal with later, to forgive all the people that I felt were so nasty to me when I was going through that stuff. So when she said forgiveness, I quickly reminded myself that I have forgiven everybody and I didn't need to come forward. So the depression went on for like 10 years. It went on for like 10 years. Imagine losing 10 years of your life, not knowing if you were coming and going, not knowing if you will make it to the morning, not knowing if by night you will have taken your life, not knowing if you will see the next day, being unaccountable, not taking your bath, not sleeping well, and crying all the time. I don't wish that for you. I wish and pray that you prosper even as your soul prospers. But you see, depression, it steals your joy. It steals your life. It steals your identity. What you'll be left with is a shell. And you'll be wondering, what happened to me? How did I get here? And then the self-pity, the loss of confidence, and of course the loss of revenue, because you're not working. And in the meantime, Genevieve, I was losing money. But I would always thank the staff who stood up even when I wasn't able to be at work. They showed me what compassion is. They showed me what empathy is. The minute I arrived, of course, the wind will blow me, you'll see me like that. So when I come in, they'll be like, no, Shegun will say, Shegun, Dikbo, they'll be like, no, MD, go home. MD, go home. So eventually, I traveled out. I went to a place called Kittering, and I went for a health retreat. But I came back, and I attempted suicide because my brother passed. So it was like, the devil, who sent you to me? But you all know now that I didn't take my life, right? How do you know? Because I'm standing here. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. God says he will give us beauty. Am I beauty or my ashes? And the oil of joy, garment of praise. Depression is all about heaviness. Heaviness. You will think of doom, of gloom. That's all. So some of these prayers are actually intentional. Some of these prayers are actually for such a time as when you are going through something. You see that woman that was bent like this, that could only see her feet. At least, hers was 18 years, mine was 10. But she looked for help. Bent, broken, she was able to go to Jesus. I was just down there like, man, death, when are you coming? It seemed preferable to just go that way. After several suicide attempts that didn't work, because I have a most amazing husband. Marriage is not the ultimate goal, should not be the ultimate goal. Marriage should be marrying your friend, marrying a man who is accountable. A man who is accountable means that there's an uncle that you can talk to, an aunt. You see, the man that has nobody that he is accountable to, or yours is your case. Because I'm going to report you to the Oba of Lagos. He will even say, let me drive you there. So, it's not a cliche when they say marry your friend. It's not about that. Pray for the life partner that God has matched you with. Because I've been married 42 years. It's beautiful, but it's not a walk in the park. We don't wake up every day and kiss. We don't wake up every day and love. There are times you'll be completely out of love. There are times you'll be like, maybe I should have been single. There are days when you will hate each other's guts. But you don't know how much you love someone until when they are down in the dark. And then you are like, I am here for you. That was son Irabor, my husband. Every visit to the therapist, he was there. Every visit, anyway. I remember one particular day, the doctor had given him a prescription for me, and he went to Chizob pharmacy to buy the medication, antidepressants. And Chizob, the owner, made him call me. And she was shouting on the phone, what did Sonny do to you? These medications, why are you depressed? Sonny? And I was like, the reason I'm alive is because of Sonny Irabor. Because she just assumed that, why is Betty going through depression? Is she being abused? Is her husband showing her pepper? Is her home toxic? I have a beautiful home. I have a husband with a heart. I have a husband who is accountable to his creator. And I have children who every day wrote me words of affirmation. I have a beautiful family. Beautiful families don't happen by accident. They happen intentionally. You also have to make that your goal. Are you a joy in the home? Are you a source of joy? Are you the toxic one, but you're looking for a non-toxic partner, but you're so toxic to yourself? that you do not even know that you are the toxic one. Marriages, yes, made in heaven. I want a man that will complete me. If you're not complete by yourself, nobody's going to complete you. If you have insecurities, you're going to carry your insecurities everywhere you go. So heal so that you do not bleed on people who are not responsible for your unhealing. Heal every day. Make a conscious effort to heal. Every day, if you need therapy, go to therapy. If you need to work on yourself, work on yourself. You need to come before God and say, this is my temper, this is my anger, or this is my toxicity. So you have to work on yourself. Men who complete other people also come with baggage. So both of you don't want to come to baggage under the guise that you are complete. Marriage is a beautiful thing when lived with intention. Look for a man who supports you, who wants you to fly, even if you have to fly higher than him. That's Son Irabor. When I started Genevieve magazine, the first copy was the ugliest I had seen. It looked like a high school journal. The photography, the font, it was ugly. And when my family asked me, Mommy, we heard that Genevieve magazine came out today. I went to hide it. I didn't want anybody to see that copy. The minute my husband saw it, he said, oh, Betsy, you've done it again. So I started looking at that magazine from what he said. And then he went to Abuja, and people were phoning me that Sonny is hawking magazine at the Hilton. He was hugging in my wife's magazine. Everything I've always wanted to do regarding my career, my husband has been the wind beneath my wings. He has been that man who believes in me. He has been that person who sees me, the part of me that I do not see. He sees it. Compassion, empathy, generosity, kindness, the love of God. That's my husband. One of the reasons I managed to come out of depression was because he was always there. Even when I'm thinking of suicide, he's in my head, thinking this man is about to do something. I pray that if you're already in that type of marriage where you feel fulfilled, where you wake up and say, thank God. And I have to tell you, a successful marriage is not about the money that your partner can dish out to you every day. And if you're in a marriage where God has blessed you more than he has blessed your husband, please do not throw it at him. Do not let him feel less a man because God has blessed you. You understand? It's very important. And your children, please watch them. I don't even know how to say it. My children are grown, but then I will still be a grandmother one day. So there's no running away from all these things. Watch your children. Some of them have suicide ideation. Children who were very active used to come home with a full sprint on their legs. Children who used to come home and join you at dining. Suddenly they want their food in their room. They're more inside their room than outside. They start showing some behavior that you think is strange. Watch them. Maybe they've been bullied in school. So it's very important that you keep your eyes on children. Because I do a lot of mentorship with people, I often also tell them about the children. So when I was coming out of this depression, the question was, what was I going to do with my story? Was I going to take it to the grave with me because of stigma and because of shame? Was I going to hide the story so that nobody really knows that this woman who looks so accomplished, this celebrity woman, once tried to kill herself, once went to see psychiatrist? I wanted to take it to my grave, so I won't be standing here and telling you about my down times. And maybe some of you are thinking, is she okay now? I say, I'm okay. I'm okay. So, When I was approached by Kuramo Books to write Dust to Dew, my book, I was thinking, do I want people to see this vulnerability, this side of me? I am Betty Irabor, Auntie Betty. People see me, put me on a pedestal. I was like, you know what? Part of my healing, it's in taking charge of my story. It's my story. You can't shame me when I'm the one telling the story. You cannot shame the author of the book. You cannot shame the person, the owner of the voice. Everything I've said here, nobody can shame me. I'm the one sharing. If I felt shamed, I won't share. And that's how also you know about your healing. So I wrote the book. I shut down Genevieve because I just felt we were not proactive about transitioning to the digital space in time. So we shut Genevieve. Apart from that, so many things. I shut Genevieve and I said, God, I'm broke. I'm broken. What am I going to do? I've done Genevieve I'd done Genevieve for 18 years. I'm 60-something. Where will I make money from? How will I earn? Genevieve is all I've known my life. Before then, I knew corporate gift. But that business has lived its course. Nobody is interested in that. I sat down and said, God, what will I do? And I decided, if I write this book, I will sell books. And then I wrote the books. I wrote the book, Dust to Dew by Betty Irabor. And I started getting speaking orders. Come and speak here. Come and speak here. Come and speak here. I became the go-to person for mental health awareness, mental health day, retreats, from Lagos State retreat to several banks. I've spoken at almost 50 organizations. And in 2023, I went to speak in Las Vegas, and I met Oprah and gave her a copy of my book. So I went from that question, what do I do in this new season? This new season that looks like Hamatan, this season that looks like dust. What am I going to do? I'm advanced in years. And then the book started taking me to places. I started selling books. I started selling. My voice became a powerful voice for women. And I'm here today. If I didn't go through what I went through, I won't be listed to speak with you. So there is wisdom in wounds. You can turn your wound into a permanent sorrowing of your spirit. You can turn your wound into wisdom and into wealth. I chose to make mine a bringer of wealth. And we know wealth is different from riches, right? Connection, friendship, everything including that, opportunities, wealth. So standing before you, I always say to people, there was Betty Irabor and there is Betty Irabor. Two different people. This Betty Irabor is in the restoration season. God has removed the garment of shame and reproach from me. And God is granting me speed over stagnation. So I'm here and I'm so delighted to see you. And I hope you're all good. You're all good? So if I was to give somebody $10,000, you are good, you don't need it. You don't have any problem. Somebody is not in a dark place and she wants Auntie Betty to talk to her later. I know we say we should not confess it. If I was still there saying, I'm well, and I didn't take action, nothing will happen. That's where intentionality comes in. Be very intentional about your life. Be very, very intentional. Set boundaries. Sometimes we say yes when we actually mean no. Sometimes we allow people who shouldn't be in our lives to be in our lives. Why? Because you don't want them, because of likability. You want people to like you. You want people to feel like you're humble. You want people to feel that you are a people person. Whereas what you are is a people-pleasing person. You allow all kinds of wrong people, men, women, colleagues into your life just because you want to be seen as that cool colleague, that cool friend. That was me. That was me. I needed external validation. If I wore an outfit and I didn't get compliments, I probably would go back home and change, like, I didn't get compliments. But damn, sorry, it's church. I just say, take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Be in your to-do list. Mothers, even Mother's Day, I'm sure you are busy serving people. You guys don't even want to, you don't even want the soft life. Even when somebody is not harassing you, are harassing yourself. You have a man in the house, but you carry the gas cylinder by yourself. You will climb on this thing and be changing bulb. Which one concerns me? I'm married though. I live a soft life. I live a soft life. And I'm the type I would say, Sonny, please, can you change the AC? Can you make it, the guy will change for me. And then I'll be like, Sonny, kinikon. Which one is my own to go and be starting generator to know the alternator is bad? You people, you overdo sometimes. All in the name that you want to be strong. My dear, love the season of your life and realize that you are a work in progress. God is not done with you, so why would you be done with yourself? Anybody that is mocking the stage of life you are in now, let them know that God is preparing you for the season He's taking you to. So, I'm going to share some pillars on intentional living and what I learned when I was down there. It wasn't easy coming out because for a long time, I was holding on to something that happened to me in the past. You know how you happen when I was young, my father abandoned us. Girl, you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s. I was raised by a single parent. I'm a single parent. Come on, there are opportunities for you, especially this day and age. Don't continue to live in that victim mentality mode where you want people to feel sorry for you. Let people see your strength. Even when you're down, there's still a strength that you have. No matter what you're going through, avoid enlarging it. Enlarging it. So that people will be saying, sorry, sorry, sorry. That was me. All the sorry, all the sorry. I don't even want you to say sorry to me now. And as I said, I'm living my best life. And there's an opportunity for everyone to live their best life, to start again, after starting again, after starting again. So I'll just share some of the pillars. The topic here is Beautified. And Beautified refers for me to spiritual transformation that occurs when one's put their faith in Jesus Christ, becoming more like Him through His grace. So where beautified is from inside out. Because some of us, it's makeup that is making us look beautiful. Some of us, if people see our inner hearts, they'll be like, oh my God, such venom, such toxicity. So the first pillar, embrace the fall, is part of the climb. Embrace the fall is part of the climb. You don't fall down and you stay there permanently. You fall and you get up. The best you can do is look back and see why you fell. What made you fall? But don't stay down. You're not built to stay down. You're built to rise after every trauma. You're built to rise. You're built to rise after your divorce, after that betrayal, after that miscarriage, after that unjust sacking from your job. After everything that life has thrust on you, you still do not have an excuse to stay down. Because staying down means it is over. Is it over? Do I look like somebody that it's over for? It's a new beginning. It's a new season. I've come into my season of plenty and surplus. And God has given me a voice. We all have voices. But I'm so grateful. So please, do not stay down. You can't heal when you are down. And that was why the depression that engulfed me took so many years. I was reveling in it in a very negative way. You know how you say that my mother was a single mom. I'm a single mother. And my parents were poor, so I had one shoe. Or quit going back to what happened to you. How do you get out of it? That's where you are. Find an answer. So please, embrace the fall. It's part of the climb. But you must get up. No matter. She said, show up. Show up. When the voices became so loud at a stage, after I started having awareness, I would put on my praise worship, I would dance, and then the voice would disappear. So do not entertain anything that is meant to distract you. I had party for that voice. Every time I was like, yes sir, to the voice. But one day I had the courage. I said, no, I'm Betty Irabor, founder of Genevieve magazine, founder of Pinball. We gave out a mammogram machine worth $60,000 to Lasud. I am Betty Irabor. My company has empowered X number of women. I am Betty Irabor. I said it until I believed it. So keep saying, keep affirming. Whatever gets you up in the morning, keep affirming it. There is no room for any negativity. No toxicity is allowed to come near you. Do not allow it. You have the power. Redefine rock bottom. Rock bottom is an incubation, not a coffin. But then it's your choice. It can be a coffin, or it can just be an incubator, where you go to chill, where you go for self-care, an environment for growth, where you are protected from all the elements. I'm sure women are familiar with children in the incubator. It's a safe place, isn't it? They have the right temperature, they have the right lights. It's just a safe place. It helps them to nurture, it helps them to grow. And then after a while, they leave the incubator. It's not a coffin. Whatever you're going through, it's not your last bus stop. You are on a journey, and journeys are about motion, right? So redefine rock bottom. When you hit rock bottom, where else can you go? Sweetheart, say it loud. That's it. Reconnect with your why. Sometimes adversities make us forget why we started something, why we were excited. What was it that gave us joy at that time? Reconnect with your why. My why has always been all about legacy. For me, success is about legacy. Success is about impact. When I go out and people stop me now, they don't talk about how much I have in my account. Auntie Betty is a billionaire. Not yet. But they just talk about Auntie Betty. When I found a lump after the ping ball, I knew what I had to do. Auntie Betty, the ping ball, the Genevieve magazine helped me to go for my PhD. Auntie Betty, Dust to Dew made me realize what I was going through. So it's not everything that will be, monetized, but money will come. Like me now, money is coming. Money is coming, right? Okay. So reconnect with your why. Why did you start? Why are you in this world? To take up space? Are you here to take up space? Just take somebody's space. No, you are here to make an impact. Why are you here? Find it. What can you do differently? The world can do with new ideas. We need that from you. Be a champion. Rebuild with compassion, not comparison. When I was down there, I was just like, see this one. I was counting people's money. There was a time when one summer holiday, I was following everybody that was on summer holiday. Then we had BlackBerry. So it was a status. People would post. I was just looking at people. Some were in Paris, somewhere in the sun, somewhere. I was in bed, depressed. I was just comparing myself. this girl is so lucky. She must have a lot of money. So extend grace to yourself, no matter the season. You can't extend grace to people if you have not extended grace to yourself. It's very important that you talk with love to yourself. Don't be harsh. Don't call yourself the name that God has not given you. Do you guys remember that passage in the Bible where spies were asked to go to the land of Canaan? Yeah, you remember that? So when they came back from spying on the land, they agreed that it was flowing with... They agreed that it was... But... And they called themselves... Did God call them butterflies or anything like that? It wasn't butterflies. Grasshoppers. Yes. Who called themselves? Was that a name that God gave them? No. But they were defeated already in their mind. That was me. I always looked for all the reasons why I would fail. But that was Betty before. That one does not exist anymore. You dial her number, you won't get her. She has changed address. So, if you knew me then, you will need my new contact address. Because that Betty that was vulnerable, that Betty that was attention-seeking, that Betty that had low self-esteem, that Betty that had no confidence, that one, Otilo. So, I am Betty Irabor. Let me reintroduce myself. I'm Betty Irabor. I'm not the woman that you once knew. I am a woman living her best life. I'm not looking back, I'm just looking forward. Please look forward. I remember also Moses, when they were about to cross the Red Sea. I think Moses looked up to God, right? And what did God say to him? To what? And they should go forward, right? You go forward. Moses had and was it not the same rod that he used? Yes. So we're going forward. We're going forward. Doors are opening for us. Ephphatha, be open, right? Mountains are, yes. He said, say to the mountain, speak to the mountain, right? So every day I'm speaking to every mountain, right? And I'm prophesying over every dry bone. So flesh, new flesh, I feel them every day. Own your voice. It's your power. I own my voice. I speak my truth. This voice that I have, it is my cash cow. I use it every day. And where is that girl that couldn't speak before 10 people, now speaking to thousands of people? Evolution, reinvention. Every day, be a better version of who you were yesterday. Don't compete with somebody. Don't compete with a competitor. Don't compare yourself with somebody else. Compare yourself to who you were before. I'm comparing myself to who I was. And I see growth. I see evolution. I'm moving forward. I'm doing things. That's how to grow. Of course, we all know that it is in vain that we do these things. If what? The builder built in vain. Yeah. So this new me, it's a God-man partnership. God-man partnership. In the beginning was... Efficos. So own your voice, whatever that voice is. I'm owning my voice. I'm dominating my space. Nothing is stopping me now. The only thing that stopped me before was myself and my limited thinking. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but you know, it's funny that all these things were in the Bible. What do you mean? What do you understand by lack of sound mind? It's depression, right? I have a sound mind. I am courageous. And when I turned 60, I was just like, and you thought that God will not restore. Look at me now. So, if you do not ask for help, you won't get it. So, quit hiding yourself. Quit faking it. Don't fake it. Some people say, oh, I'm going through this, but if I tell my friends, they will laugh at me. What are you doing with such friends? Are they really friends if you cannot share your most vulnerability season with them? And you, are you a safe place to your friends? Can I tell you about my weakest season? Will you use it to laugh at me? Can I confide in you? Will you tell 1,000 people, guess what? Auntie Betty, she's not looking well. They said she's depressed because I told you. Be a safe place to those who come to you. Don't complain about people not being there for you. Are you there for them? So, as I close, I want to say to you that you have lost nothing. You've only gained experience. You have lost nothing until you give up on yourself. Until you see yourself as a failure, you're not a failure. There are opportunities around you. May God give you the eyes, inner eyes. So I want to also talk about, I think it was Hagar in the Bible. Hagar, right? When you are with women who know Bible back to front, you have to be careful. So Hagar was fleeing, right? Fleeing from, and then right there was a well, right? But God sent an angel to her. The well was there, right? Please, you can tell me if I'm saying it wrong. But what I'm saying is that sometimes we're close to where we're going, but we need special grace to see what is ahead of us. So today, I pray for everyone who is going through stuff. We call them stuff. If you're looking for a child, I also waited 7 years to have my second child. You know, if you're from a broken home, I also was from a broken home. So we are not what we are going through. We are not what we went through. Every day is a new beginning. And thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for listening to me. And may God bless you and prosper you. Thank you very much.